This is what I'm doing while all the motherfucking fireworks and shit going off. Hold on, let me start the video. Let's talk about it.
Number 15, Stalkers. Welcome to the inner workings of a broken down mental hospital. Recorded live to Facebook by Hammy TV. This creepy video takes you on a tour through the extreme ward of Medfield State Hospital. Developed over the turn of the 20th century, the 58-building complex held a max of 2,200 patients and was a filming location for such films as Shutter Island and The Box. According to Wikipedia, trespassing between dark and sunrise is strictly forbidden, so these boys aren't exactly following the law. One especially creepy fact about this asylum is that it has 841 grave sites, all of which are numbered instead of names. In fact, Boy Scouts in the area made it their Eagle Scout service project to find the correct names of all buried and their dates of passings. If that wasn't creepy enough, watch what happens during this tour of evil. The crew is heading to the 3rd floor, where there were allegedly a few passings. As they're trying to decide how to get up the very broken stairs, the camera pans the upper floor. Keep your eye on the hallway. A shadow person very clearly crosses the threshold.
I seen that.
Apparently the crew didn't
I saw
see in
that.
reality, as they have no reaction to it whatsoever. I'm sure when they watched this video in playback, they did. I'm not sure if anyone noticed until it was pointed out in the Facebook comments.
Yeah, I saw that.
But now that it's been spotted, I think this paranormal
Wasn't
sighting
scary,
is
though.
Terrifying. Number 14.
That was not terrifying.
Haunted attic. Do you hear noises from the attic where no one lives? There are only a few explanations. Animal, squatter, or ghost? Which one explains what happens next? Published to YouTube in October of 2015 by Chris Court, the uploader writes, I kept hearing strange sounds coming from the attic of the old apartment building I am currently at in Italy, and decided to set up a camera. What I saw when I went to grab the camera a few hours later was shocking. The place is still and silent at first, but then a chair in the back of the room moves all on its own. A couple seconds later, it moves again. The ghost then decides to play around with the old school rocking horse. At first, it simply rocks back and forth, but before long, it quite clearly moves from side to side, even sliding across the floor a little. It almost appears animated. Is there a child ghost playing around in the attic? If so, I wouldn't recommend joining in on the fun. Number 13.
Okay, that wasn't scary either.
Tunnel.
I like scream or something in this tunnel.
That wasn't scary either.
You may think you're ready for this list, but some scary videos you're just not meant to see. The boy in this video says he hears something in this tunnel that sounds to him like a scream, so he decides to go investigate. But no, the boy enters the darkness with nothing but a void at the end of it. For a while, all you hear is his own footsteps. Then you hear this.
I know some people do shit for.
Sounds like Alien vs. Predator up in here. The kid stops for a moment, and in that quiet, a couple footsteps splash through the water. He then says hello to the creature he cannot see before heading forward again, but he doesn't get very far. The rattling sound echoes throughout the tunnel before
All right,
the thing starts to screech and the
that's a
window
little
makes your
okay.
instincts tremble. As he rides, the creature
But I
quiets
wouldn't have
for a
went,
time, but
it's
lets out
white
a
people
final
shit.
terrifying screech as the
I
boy
wouldn't have went
exits
way
the
down in that
tunnel,
motherfucker anyway.
likely wondering what in the world he almost happened upon.
Unless I was able to light the whole thing up.
I'm just getting started and I need to save you.
Oh, shit.
InFile giving you the best service for the best price.
As a freelancer, the low startup cost is what lets me activate.
Is this for real?
I don't
If
think so.
What lies in the depths of this underground? Dark Dominator thinks it's the Wraith, while the last one suggests it's a feral hog, but I've never heard a rattle like that from a hog before. Lesson learned. The next time you hear screaming in the darkness,
Could have been a feral hog,
it's
but
best to run in the opposite direction.
right.
Number 12. Camouflaged. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. When you're face to face with a predator in the jungle at night. I first came across this video on the Spanish-speaking YouTube community, and it was published in February of 2020. This sinister video stands out in an ultra-scary list. The shot pulls into the darkness of some jungle leaves and foliage, where the viewer can somewhat make out a discernible shape. It appears like a wildcat hidden in the leaves, waiting to pounce. If you saw this crouching out of the corner of your eye as you took your everyday jungle route home at night, would you be afraid? You
I wouldn't
should
be that fucking close.
Number 11. Nightmare Uber. What do you do when your Uber driver refuses to let you out?
Punch him in his
That's the
face.
nightmare scenario two Uber passengers were faced with when grabbing an Uber in Virginia.
Punch him in his
The pair
face.
captured this horrifying high-speed chase
We
live.
all finna die.
According to the passengers, another driver had drove into the Uber driver's car. When the Uber pulled to the side of the road to exchange info, the car didn't follow suit, instead fleeing the scene. The Uber driver then decides to chase the other driver while calling the police. During his hot pursuit, the driver hands the phone to one of his passengers, who tells the police what is happening. The pair wants to get out of the car, demanding that the driver stop and let them out. The driver refuses, saying he can't let the guy go. The passenger relays all this to the police,
Oh,
saying
okay,
the
that's
driver
different.
won't slow and they're going to
He
hit
ain't
someone.
crazy.
To which they warn the man that he needs to stop.
I thought it was
Driver does not
a Uber
heed the
driver
police's
trying to kidnap
warnings,
people or
and
something.
in fact, he continues chasing the suspect, despite the fact that the passengers notify him that they have the number of the suspect's license plate, so he can logically pursue him that way. 4.5 minutes of fear, and the driver finally pulls over, allowing the couple to leave. They catapult out of the vehicle. That was the scariest moment of my life. It was a nightmare. One of the passengers is quoted as saying, "Thankfully, it went no further, and the driver was later charged with abduction." Talk about a bizarre ride.
Oh, his ass got in trouble.
Number 10. Tag, you're it. A girl and the person
that wasn't
filming
scary
were
either.
innocently playing around outside, but they were not alone. Published to YouTube in May of 2019. Nightmares abound after watching this video, which is gaining attention in the Spanish-speaking YouTube community. The clip shows a girl playing with a ball outside a yellow fenced-in building. She runs up to the fence, behind which a pair of swings are wrapped together in knots. After a moment, the girl points at something or someone behind the camera person, who turns around to see what she's indicating. There is no one in the distance across the field, but there is someone right behind her. The ghoul of a girl appears semi-transparent.
Oh,
as the camera
shit.
shot falls.
If you
That's bullshit.
a YouTuber, chances are you've had to deal with people. And you be wanting to do those dope transitions you be seeing bloggers do.
That's some bullshit. Hold on, man.
And everything like that.
Now
And
go
you
back.
be like me, you been on.
Pause. You can only imagine the camera person fled in fear from this thing she was not meant to see.
What the fuck?
You're it. Game over. Number 9.
That's bullshit.
Poltergeist
Y'all believe that shit?
Possession. Published to YouTube by Proving Demons in May of 2020. You might want to call your local exorcist after watching this video. The uploader explains
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
house they
yeah.
entered is known to have been the site of an exorcism, and they were exploring it to capture paranormal activity. He writes, while experiencing heavy poltergeist activity, I could feel the demon inside trying to possess me as it did the previous owner, who is now insane in a mental institution. From that point, our ghost hunt took a turn for the worst. Let's take that turn with them. After hiking up to the abandoned building and entering through a crawl hole, the crew finds the inside looks like a surreal art shed. Colorful paper lanterns hang, arrows are pointing every which way. All natural light in the place is framed by Gothic windows. At first, the general aura of the place is curious rather than creepy. There are lots of scraps of paper posted to a board, a large map, a guitar hanging on one wall. As one YouTuber, Lavender Rainbow, points out, there's a pamphlet on the wall. Later in the clip, at 16 minutes 29 seconds, that reads, Bipolar Disorder Survival Guide. So maybe the person living here was trying to seek psychiatric help. You find yourself wishing you were there, so you might examine things up close and learn more. But then the crew hears a woman screaming. They head towards a back room, with one of the dudes mentioning that they hadn't even made sure they were alone in this building. In fact, the building looks very lived in, not abandoned. There's what looks like a bed in the next room with blankets on it, a full backpack beside it, clothes hanging. Are they alone? He continues into the next room, hearing others inside, but it turns out just to be his own crew. You can hear a lot of sounds and things moving, like there are animals on the roof. Next, the door closes behind him by itself. They use the EVP to see if anyone's there in the home with them. The quick reply is yes. They also hear the words demon, as well as a warning, get out now. The demon tells them they have no right to be there. Andrew says he's starting to feel affected and his hands are shaking. And moments later, something falls off the shelf. Even scarier are the Polaroids that they find of what appears to be an authentic exorcism or ritual of some sort. What do you think went on in this makeshift cathedral of a home?
I know what
of
what did
possession?
go on. The shit
Would
ain't
you
scary.
feel comfortable in the demon's skin? Number 8, Ghost Girl. Sometimes that mysterious noise is your haunted ice maker. Other times, things are even more chilling than they seem. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Oranjabi, and originally posted to TikTok by Pershka. This one is sure icy. According to the TikToker, she was intending to capture a scary sound her ice machine kept making on camera, but instead she got a lot more than she bargained for. As she walks from the living room to the kitchen, for a split second while the lights are off, you see a little girl standing there in the darkness next to the ice machine. Watch carefully. It's just for the slightest of moments before the light flicks on and she disappears. The girl is pale and dressed in black
I
with
couldn't
long
see
black
it.
hair.
Did y'all
She
see it?
stands there motionless before vanishing into thin air with the light. Coupled with this is the eerie sound the ice machine truly was making. It sounds like the windy moans of a ghost. Tima 2013 writes in the comments, I have that same ice machine. It does not make that sound. Yikes.
Your domain name matters. Get yours, but still get.
That
Get
I have yet to see anything fucking scary. The little crazy looking face
Yikes
was.
is right. You never know who is waiting in the darkness for you. Number 7. Playing around. Imagine being the spirit of a child, still stuck in the world. Why are you there? What do you do in the intern? Clearly, the answer is to play around with the living. Originally posted to TikTok by Dries Perry, a Redditor wonders what Reddit thinks of these TikToks. Let's take a look. In the first clip, Perry says he's convinced that this room in his home is haunted. After shutting the door so it doesn't scare his daughter, he speaks directly to the ghost, inviting him to reveal his presence in some way. At first, the ghost is hesitant, but soon after, a can on the table flips over onto its side. After returning to the room, he asks the spirit to move something else. A toy car begins to slowly roll across the same tabletop. Seems like someone is ready to play. Redditor Hollow Planet writes,
Why
"This
did
is
nah?
exactly what the poltergeist I had was like. During round 2 of attempting to communicate with the spirit in the toy room, Harry decides to try and play too, since many of his commenters on TikTok were theorizing that it was a child ghost. After asking the child ghost to play, a ball is tossed his way from a nearby shelf. He shows the camera up close that there are no strings attached to the wiffle ball that rolls to stop at his feet. He asks
You
the
have
child
something,
ghost to
man.
knock 3 times if he's nice. After you hear 3 clear knocks, Perry says he's done.
Could you knock 3 times if you're a nice ghost? I don't know. Okay, guys. Yep, I'm done. I'm done.
Already? The kid just wants to toss a ball. Redditor ZRyan3564 writes that he's jealous the ghost is so vocal. It seems he or she wants you to accept it, so it's doing everything you ask. Ryan says, would you accept this playful ghost, or would you lock up this room and throw away the key? Number 6. Ghost storms out. When you're arguing whether a shirt is red or maroon, the ghosts in your presence will know they've had enough of you too. Published to YouTube in May of 2020. This is what happens when a ghost gets fed up with your bickering, throws up his hands, and storms out of the house he's haunting. The uploader explains that during their last visit to this place, they experienced the door slamming but didn't have a chance to record it, so this time they returned to capture it on film. This video is cut down to 3 minutes of the 50 that were recorded. The clip shows the boys arguing whether or not one of their shirts is red, before deciding to call it quits with the filming, since it had been nearly an hour. Just then, something clearly slams in the distance. The uploader says his friend thought it was the hinges of the door, rather than a ghost, but decides that the video is proof it wasn't the hinges. He also claims that he and a friend saw a shadow person in this building as well. The uploader writes, something said that it could have been air in the last upload, but it wasn't sure. The thing, if it was air, it would have opened it. The air is coming from outside, so it would push out to open. Instead, what we caught was a ghost slamming the door the opposite direction of where the air was coming from. So the force of the door slamming was going against the air. This was filmed in Harlingen, Texas, and there wasn't much airflow in the place, according to the uploader. The group was sweating from so much stale heat. Well, maybe the ghost was too. Number 5.
That was not
Screams from
scary.
the sky. There are mysterious happenings that can be explained, and others to which there is no answer. Guess which one this mystery is.
Hey, are you ready to create better videos faster? You're moments away from bringing top quality animations into your YouTube video.
Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by EBB Puzzleheaded and originally published to YouTube by Daniel Robb in May of 2020. These screams in the Texan night sky are sure to set your hair on end. In the clip, the uploader explains that there's a sound in the distance, screaming that seems to be coming from the sky, and you can regularly hear the eerie screech off and on for nearly 8 minutes. The uploader Daniel Robb says this happened between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. and that it sounded like a banshee, followed by several voices whooping. He says the sound filled the entire night sky. Others in the comments agree that it's demonic or banshee-esque, citing the end of times. The editor, I have no purpose in life, notes that the screams occur alongside the lightning strikes and wonders if they might be interconnected. I guess we may never know the actual answer. Number 4. Bat crawling. While this may be video editing, even so it's an image you won't be able to get out of your head. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Calligram, a young woman dressed in white with long black hair and shadowed eyes creeps backwards up the stairs. As she backs slowly away, her hair piles upwards onto the stair above. Obviously, this was shot forward and reversed backwards.
Yeah, this is a
The
movie.
effect produces the type of uncanny sensation that sends chills up your arms. Reddit agrees.
That's a movie.
3, USS Hornet. Old ship vessels are often known for their ghostly secrets.
I still
After
have
all,
not
they've
seen
the greatest
anything
evils
scary.
on Earth in the name of battle. Published to YouTube in February of 2013. The Ghost Activity Abroad. This Navy ship, the USS Hornet, originally aired on DE episode 32. The crew member can be heard explaining how to use the EVP when in the background of his discussion with the newbie. You can hear a strange voice, one that sounds like a little girl.
Alright, if you'd like to speak to us. Alright, if you'd like to speak to us.
It's hard to tell what the girl is saying without the voice being isolated in the audio file. Although YouTube commenters have their theories, YouTuber Madcaps and Nemos writes, "It sounds like she said, 'Can you tell me why they forgot me?' Others here, 'Do you think they know they got me?' Some simply hear, 'Play with me.' What do you hear?"
Alright, if you'd like to speak to us. Alright, if you'd like to speak to us.
Number 2, filter
Wasn't scary.
phantoms. This clip shows a normal psychedelic filter, the electric color surrounding the girl in frame. She then turns her camera to span the room. The filter follows for a moment before becoming absent from the shot, as the room is empty. Or is it? The person detecting filter appears to detect someone in the chair sitting opposite. No one is there, and yet the silhouette of a human form starts to appear in the shot in shocking black and white. It seems to be seated in the chair. The girl turns the filter back to her face, and the shocking figure follows, blending into the psychedelic filter colors around her again. Redditor Hydra Wrench 97 is both tentative and jumping to the paranormal and rightly creeped out. She writes, "Usually these Snapchat filter ghost clips are glitching and basically the camera falling for pareidolia, but this one is weird. Might just be the spookiest glitch ever, but it is very weird and would scare me if that was my living room. Maybe it sees something we don't." I've got a challenge for
Yeah, a little
you.
bit.
Since you
Little
made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because we upload a new scary video every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life,
That was not scary,
go to my
though.
Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT.
I'm sure y'all can
and
agree.
Tap that follow button to
Did
find out.
nothing about that
Number 1.
scared me.
I'm just getting started and I need to save money.
So,
give me the best service for the
I
best
damn near
price.
don't even want to
Just
see
the
number
answer?
1.
Goldfield Hotel. Legend has it that the horrors that happened in this opulent gold-gilded hotel are beyond comprehension. Proof that looks can be deceiving. Published to YouTube by Alice Hammer in September of 2015. This venture inside the once bustling Goldfield Hotel is a must-stop shop for ghost hunters. This clip is just one example of this. KTVN Channel 2 News leads a crew of 7 through the dark haunted hotel using flashlights and lanterns. They stopped on their journey throughout to use the EVP to try and communicate with the spirits there. According to the news crew, on the 4th floor after passing a stairwell, something came rushing at them. They also claimed to hear footsteps approaching. But it was in the basement where the anger was felt. The newscast mentions an earlier crew experiencing a brick being thrown while there, so they asked the spirit to show them that they were real, and further asked if they had thrown the brick. The response? "Thank you, but we've done it." Also in the recording, a male voice says, "Didn't mean to hurt anybody." Somehow, I don't believe him. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy.
There, that's better. Okay. Wasn't none of that shit scary at all. What's this?
ghosts on camera. Catch 'em all on camera. Zach from the YouTube channel Catch 'em All Fishing has a channel dedicated to fishing and catching reptiles. Nothing creepy or nothing paranormal whatsoever, at least until this recent video. In the video, Zach is exploring an undisclosed location that he calls, quote, an abandoned underground city. He says that he is trying to find and capture a python, as the large snakes are drawn to warm, wet places like this. As he enters the dark building, he immediately feels like he's not alone.
So, before I get too deep in here, just want to let y'all know, I'm looking for snakes right now, for pythons. And honestly, I feel like I shouldn't be in here. It's really creepy in here, and it's really big. Hello?
As he explores the dark underground building, Zach is a little jumpy, and it turns out he has reason to be.
I'd have turned right back around and started walking the fuck back out. Why would you keep going further?
Zach hears strange moans coming from somewhere down the winding underground hallways. He decides to hide, thinking there might be someone else in there with him. Someone up to no good.
Wish me luck, guys. I gotta show up quickly. I don't know what's going on. The voices stopped. The voices stopped, guys.
What the? Eventually, the voices stop, and Zach decides to make a break for it, leaving the underground tunnel system behind. But later, when Zach reviews his footage, he realizes that he caught something absolutely terrifying in one of his camera shots.
It's leaking outside from somewhere. Hello?
The bizarre figure of a pale man seems to be staring at Zach from the darkness. Zach claims that he didn't even see the figure until he reviewed his footage later. However, he says that throughout his entire exploration, he felt like someone was following behind him. So, is this strange pale figure a ghost caught on camera? Or was there just some creepy person stalking Zach throughout the tunnels? You decide. You can watch Zach's full video on his YouTube channel, Catch 'em All Fishing. The Weeping Woman. On his YouTube channel, Eder Hernandez does a little bit of everything, from travel vlogging to fishing to even the occasional ghost hunt. In this video, Eder travels to a small Mexican fishing village named Bajos de Mimiagua. While there, the locals tell him about a terrifying local haunting. The story goes that many years ago, a family came to the village and built a series of houses where they planned to live. Unfortunately, not long after the family moved to the village, their young son mysteriously disappeared, never to be found again. As time went by, the boy's mother went mad with grief, desperate to find her long-lost son. In her unhinged state, she became homicidal. She tragically ended the lives of her entire family, and then took her own life. Locals claim that they can still hear and sometimes even see the screaming woman at late hours of the night. They've started referring to her as La Llorona, the ghostly weeping woman from Central and South American folklore. They believe that even in death, the woman is still looking for her lost child. The fishermen in the village are terrified of the ghost and go as far as burning incense to keep the evil spirit away from their house.
Por aquí se aparece la Llorona, ¿no?
De plano, o sea.
De plano, ya las 10 horas de la noche, 12 de la noche empieza a gritar, así, pues nadie sale, los pescadores se espantan, ¿no? ¿Sabe lo que hacemos nosotros cuando así ya se oye el ruido? Agarramos copal, incienso y empezamos a ahumar para que se retire.
Together with a local guide, Eder Hernandez and his friends decide to check out the now abandoned cabins at night to see if the ghost stories are true. It did not go well.
Ten cuidado, Lana. Mira. Arriba, arriba. Pero ¿cómo se sube en este lugar? Aquí abajo para acá. No sé, es que quién sabe para qué sea eso y aquello, carnal. La neta está cabrón. La neta está cabrón.
Ah.
¿Cuántas son de estas, carnal? Pues hay otra más para allá arriba. Oye. De hecho, estamos pidiendo un ambiente espiritual fuerte. Sí hay vida espiritual en su vida. Cabrón. Sí. Cada vez que estamos metiendo más a esta investigación, siento como que el aire está cambiando de hoy. ¿Oíste? Claro, está cambiando de... ¿Una niña? No sé.
As they walk around the dark cabins, they keep hearing what sounds like the screams of a woman or maybe a child. But they are about to encounter something truly terrifying.
Este está como que, digo Ángel, como que se ve más montuno, ¿no? ¿Cómo sientes aquí, brujo? No, bastante fuerte, hermano. Hoy, otro día. Está muy bien. ¡A la verga! ¡A la verga! Allá arriba están algo yo vi también, pero estoy loco. Vamos a la verga.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Vete a chingar a tu madre. Oye, verga. Nadie se quedó, güey. Verga, Yalitzu, güey.
They run as the horrifying figure of a child screeches at them from the decaying cabin's second floor. Then, another scream, but now inexplicably the figure is gone from the second-story window and is now hiding in the weeds on the ground floor. So is this the ghost of the young boy who was never found? Is it La Llorona? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Haunting of Fort Stevens. Twin brothers Ryan and River Reese from the YouTube channel Twin Paranormal travel to the historic and allegedly haunted Fort Stevens, Oregon with their fellow explorer, Nick. The fort is said to be haunted by multiple ghosts. 2 of the alleged spirits are said to be a father and his 10-year-old son who tragically lost their lives at the bunkers. The other ghost is said to be a soldier named August Stahlberger, who was beaten to death by unknown attackers while on guard duty in 1868. Many Fort Stevens visitors claim to have seen a strange shadow figure roaming the fort's underground tunnels. Soon after arriving at the location, the Twin Paranormal guys jokingly discuss splitting up to explore. But that conversation is cut short.
Let's split up. Split up? No. I'm trying to be like super badass right now. Yeah, let's split up, guys. No way. Wait. Hello? We're with the park rangers. He's lying. We're just visiting. We're nice. Very nice people. Please be nice to us. And we'll be nice to you.
As they continue to explore the creepy fort, they begin to feel like they might not be alone.
Hey, listen. Somebody's walking above.
The Twin Paranormal team is starting to get a bit freaked out by the unexplained sounds and footsteps. They search, but they can't seem to find anyone or anything to explain the strange noises. And then, without knowing, they catch something very strange.
4.
In a couple of seconds, you are about to see our first time catching an actual ghost anomaly, not noticing it right in front of our faces. Could this be the 10-year-old Shane Davis?
Is there 4 people in here with us tonight?
A mysterious mist or reflection of a face seems to rise up the wall right in front of them. Now, this could simply be pareidolia. However, what happens next is a little harder to explain.
This place is like not... Did you hear?
I seen that. I'd have been out of there.
Watch your step. 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 Guys,
What just happened? I don't know. And I had to scream because Nick was running with his umbrella open and it's scratching every wall that we on.
dude, straight.
So I feel like, hold on, I'm thinking to myself like, something is running after us, and then it touches my back. Just the edge touching my back.
I'm so sorry.
So that, I was like, replay that. That was something else. Like, I thought something like that.
That was so scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That was like super scary.
Can I turn something on here?
That
After
one was
that,
alright.
The guys decide to just get out of there. So,
Smart.
did they catch a ghost on camera? You
Hell
decide.
yeah. What the fuck was that?
Over on their YouTube channel, Twin Paranormal, you can check out this full video, as well as all of their other paranormal investigations. Randonautica.
So I just went randonauting.
Released early this year, Randonautica might be the creepiest smartphone app you'll ever use. The app has seemingly gone viral as recently hundreds of strange reports and scary videos have been showing up on social media.
Sky. Oh my God.
The Randonautica app, once installed on your phone, asks you for your location and for you to focus on your, quote, intent. Now, supposedly what you do is visualize in your mind what you want in life or what you want to physically find. This can be anything from wanting to find something positive like love, creativity, or inspiration, to darker intentions like finding a mystery or evil. The app then gives you GPS coordinates to some pretty strange but completely random locations near where you are. Now, allegedly Randonautica users with positive intentions are led to a location with positive things, like deer, lovebirds, awesome landscapes, or even a can of Coke. However, many Randonautica users have shared their terrifying experiences after visiting locations with scary intentions in mind, like finding something dark or mysterious. TikTok user Matt Hall was one of these people. Matt claims that he used the Randonautica app with the intention of finding something creepy, and he found it.
So I saw this thing that a lot of people were doing on TikTok called Randonauting. It's an app that you download and it gives you a completely random location close to you that you go to, and apparently it's supposed to be a glitch in the simulation or something like that. I don't really know if I believe it or not, so I downloaded the app and I thought I'd try it out for myself. It gave me a spot in the middle of the woods that's kind of close to my house, but it looks like it's along the ATV trails, so we're on the ATV and let's go see where it takes us. Alright, so we're at the location, and this is weird. There's a car just chilling in the woods. How did they even get in here though? Like, there's trees everywhere. There's no way a car could get in here. This car looks super old.
What is that?
Whoa, I heard that.
Matt finds an old abandoned car in the
I heard
middle of
that
the
shit.
woods. But even more bizarre, an unexplained voice seems to call out to him from the forest. Understandably, Matt is spooked and just gets out of there.
Yeah.
But after many requests from his TikTok followers, he decides to go back to the same spot.
All right, guys, I came back to the location that I heard that voice when I was randonauting. So you guys
At
are kinda
night.
there. Is anybody there? Guess not. Right, I don't know if this means anything, but there's a shirt here, a water bottle. There's water in the bottle. There's like children's toys, like all broken. Like, all right, that's creepy. There's nothing else here. I walked like all around the car, but I don't see anything else. That's all that's here. Is there anybody here? Yes, I think I just heard something.
Again, a voice can be heard from somewhere within the dark woods.
Said wanna play a
This
game.
time, it seems to say, "Wanna play a game?"
Yes, I think I just heard something.
Now let's cut to TikTok user Tyler Zach. Tyler says that he and his friends used the Randonautica app while focusing on the intent of, quote, evil. When they were on their way to the calculated coordinates, this happens.
Oh my god, Tyler!
Oh, that's creepy as fuck.
A furiously angry woman seems to be focused on Tyler and his friends for no apparent reason. Now, I don't know if it's fair to call this woman, quote, evil,
a demon,
but I certainly wouldn't describe her as a little ray of sunshine either. And there's also the question, why do her eyes
look black?
Oh my god, Tyler!
Anyway, some dismiss the Randonautica app
Don't
as
play
simply
that
the
shit,
random
y'all.
internet equivalent of a Ouija board. But some true believers actually make the wild claim that the app breaks or, quote, glitches the Matrix. While TikTok user Cheyenne Lee definitely says that the Matrix had a glitch the day she tried out the Randonautica app with her friends.
Okay, so there's that dude. Keep an eye on that red truck. Cable.
He's really not.
Oh my god, it's not focusing.
He's walking.
Oh, there it goes.
Right behind
You
us.
guys.
He's right by that mailbox and he's not there.
He's not there and the truck is not there. What the What the He's right there.
Now, some viewers claim that what Cheyenne and her friends are looking at is the front camera of the car, not the rear. However, Cheyenne then posted a video to prove that the car doesn't even have a front camera.
So all these buttons where's the front? Where's the front? There's literally no front camera. I don't know why people think I'm lying. There is no front camera.
But now, let me tell you about one Randonautica exploration that is truly unexplainable. A group of Seattle teens were exploring with the Randonautica app and were directed to a location near the water on a Seattle beach. When they arrived there, they found a mysterious suitcase near the shore.
Guys, we found the suitcase at the Oh, wait, open it. Open it. It stinks, y'all. Oh. Woo. Oh.
The contents inside smelled horrific, so the teens immediately called police. And this is when things get truly bizarre. Turns out the small black suitcase contained the remains of a human body. No one knows where the suitcase came from, and police are still investigating. Now let me say this again. This incident is 100% documented fact. It is not a fake video. It is not an elaborate hoax. In fact, this case was reported by multiple reliable news outlets. It still remains completely unexplained. So, you decide. Are all of these incidents just wildly random chance? Or is Randonautica truly tapping into something paranormal? in the shadows. Local police in a
That's
small
crazy.
neighborhood in Manila, Philippines, received a report that a motorcycle mirror had been stolen. So they went to check the street CCTV to see if they'd caught any evidence of the crime. They didn't catch the crime on camera, but they did catch something.
Aso pala. Aso, yan, lalabas yan. Dahil aso yan, po yun eh. Di ba? Hindi. Pusa ba? Hindi. Bulto. Ayun na, lumabas na, tumilip sa pusa, oh. Sinisilip niya yung pusa. Ayun, ayun, ayun. Ayun, masabi siya, lumakbo, lumakbo. Ayun, ayun, bumalik siya, sinisilip yung pusa. Punta pa lang, hindi ba yung aso? Sinisilip yung pusa, oh. Doon, bilis. Nandun siya ngayon, tumakbo. Oh, sige na kanino. Oh, tao na tao.
Shadow people.
Nakakarpi na yan, wala tao dyan. Kagabi. Kagabi lang yan. Oh, diba? TV yan eh. Kagabi yan ang CCTV. Maraming mga. Kaya, sa mga CCTV. Eh, ito, bukod ko, naglalaro ko eh. Yan o, yan, papalik yan. Saka tumago siya kanina sa may pusa eh. Yan o. O, diba? Dapat yung anino ng tao, pupunta doon, wala siya eh. Anino yan eh. Anino ng tao, diba? Anino ng tao yan. Oo, pero wala, nasaan yung tao? Yung tao. May dadaan ng tao dyan eh. Ito ako nga kayo ng Jay. Wala siya yung tao. Sino yung nakakita yan? Ito yung television na namin. Hindi pa naman namin dito. Diyan nga namin nakita. Para mabantay ka gabi dito. Hindi. Tinitingnan namin yung nabali ng kanyang luto. Yan ang nakita namin.
The last one was way scarier than this.
A dark translucent figure that seems to be about the size of a child appears to be playing hide and seek with nearby people and even the neighbor's cat. But wait, before you say it's just a shadow or it's a glitch in the camera, here's another video of the same street. In this clip, a woman unknowingly walks right past the creepy black mass.
Ayun yun, Santileya, yan, dumaan siya, Santileya. Oo, tumago. Diba, bukod yung anino ng tao, bukod yung totoong anino niya.
The woman in the video doesn't even seem to see the dark shape. Even stranger is that we can see her very defined shadow on the ground. It looks very different from the semi-transparent dark mass and changes shape and even direction as she walks, like a normal shadow. So what is this? Is it a ghost caught on CCTV? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on Twitter at NukesTop5 because it's a nice thing to do. See you soon.
That wasn't scary at all. Here they go with this bullshit.
VASA is bigger than all the equipment or the classes or the court, schools, or trade.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Meanwhile, on TikTok. Popular smartphone app TikTok has come up with a viral trend, an all-new filter called the Reality Ripple Effect that has its users wondering if there's more than what can be seen with the naked eye. Now, the Reality Ripple Effect is said to be able to detect ghosts in your home, because supposedly it only detects life forms. The filter casts a colorful pattern on people and animals, but not on inanimate objects. At least that's the claim. Many TikTok users say they see ghosts in their home using the filter, but the videos are almost always easily explainable. But TikTok user Woodsy TV has caught some footage that seems to be very different from the others.
Okay, so I was checking out this filter that shows the movement of living things. So there's my cat. Obviously, it works on my cat because he's alive. Some people say it also works like if there's a ghost moving around. And the only inanimate object in my house that this showed up for was this chair. This is my grandma's favorite chair, and I basically inherited it when she passed away years ago. So I thought that was kind of strange. This didn't show up on any other object in the house. I thought maybe the filter wasn't working right, so I went back down, checked the cat. Yep, works on the cat. Checked my legs. Yep, works on me. So I texted my cousin about this, kind of jokingly said, hey, I guess Grandma's checking up on us. She got really upset and texted back saying, why the hell do you have that chair? Grandma died in that chair. That's the chair she died in. And I just found that out. So, hi, Grandma, I guess. What's up? What's good?
Woodsy TV uploads the video to TikTok, not thinking much of it. But viewers in the comments ask him to turn the chair around so that it's not facing the wall, so that if it is Grandma, she can leave. When he starts recording again to move the chair, things get truly bizarre.
All right, so since that last post about this chair that my grandma died in, you guys said, hey, if she is in that chair, why is she facing the wall? And you have a point. So we'll just move the chair, and we'll give her a minute. Maybe she wants to get up and stretch her legs. We'll see. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see if Granny wanted... No, it's not lighting up anymore. Okay. Well, it's still working, though. All right. I guess Gram wanted to get up and check out the place. Gram, are you in here? Oh! Gram, are you on the couch?
A few days later, he decides to use the filter one last time to see if Grandma is still around. It did not go well.
Oh, shit.
Okay, well, I haven't seen Graham in
right there.
A couple of days,
Yeah,
but
that
I
scared me.
realized I'm always checking during the day. Anything on it? Nope. Thought I'd check at night and oh, there's something going on the couch. Graham, are you there? Oh. Hey, Graham, how you doing? You good? Okay. Well, I guess that's good. She's still hanging out. Okay. I'm starting the button. Okay. This is good. This is why I don't do it at night.
Bizarrely enough, not one, but two figures seem to appear, which makes you wonder, is it Grandma after all? Or something else? As for Woodsy TV, he says he will not be using the filter again, and will just go back to making comedy videos. Now, you might remember a few weeks back that I featured a few very spooky videos from TikTok user Franco Villejas, who believes his home to be extremely haunted. Well, since then, he claims he has caught even more strange activity.
Damn.
Otra vez está moviendo. Oh my God.
Franco didn't notice it at the
That's
time,
scary
but the
shit.
unidentified voice of a girl can be heard asking for help.
But I ain't found a... I heard that.
Now, in this next video, the scary activity seems to continue even when Franco is not home alone.
Se escuchan ruido. Mamá. Mamá, ¿escuchaste?
A loud noise can be heard from the basement, and his mother warns him not to go downstairs. Whatever is haunting their home seems to have spooked his mother enough to stay away from it completely. So, later, Franco sets up a CCTV camera in the hallway, pointing towards the staircase. One night, he hears something fall, and goes to check it out. He catches something absolutely terrifying.
Oh shit. Bullshit.
A mop falls over at the bottom of the stairs, and a strange mist envelops the camera, and a girl seems to appear at the foot of the stairs. Franco runs down to check out the noise, but he doesn't see the girl. He claims that when he was at the bottom of the stairs, he saw a painting fall on the first floor, which is what made him run back upstairs. Now, obviously, some viewers believe that
That's
the footage was
bullshit.
faked
Yeah.
and called Franco out.
That shit fake.
He replied to the hateful comments with another video, trying to prove to his audience that the footage was real.
Mira, para que veas que no hay nada alterado. Esta es la aplicación con la que se monitorean las cámaras de seguridad. Entonces, este es el que subí recién. Mira, fíjate en la hora para que veas que no he manipulado nada. Ni que hice ningún corte.
So, what do you think? Are Franco's videos real? Did he capture a terrifying spirit of a girl haunting his home? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Really Haunted. Lee from the YouTube channel Really Haunted believes his house is, you guessed it, really haunted. For over a year, Lee says that disturbing paranormal activity has terrorized his family. He has dedicated his YouTube channel to documenting these strange supernatural occurrences in his home. And if Lee seems a bit familiar, that might be because I featured his YouTube channel a while back. And since then, the paranormal activity in his home has just become even more intense. After several nights of waking up to strange sounds, Lee sets up a CCTV camera in his bedroom to record as he and his wife sleep. What happens next is truly bizarre. Lee's bedside table starts to shake violently to the point that one of his small statues falls on the floor. Lee says that the activity woke him up, but he froze as he was simply too scared to move. Another night, and Lee places a CCTV camera in the hallway pointing towards his bathroom. Again, he captures something absolutely chilling.
Yeah, that one right there seems nah, but the one like that TikTok shit, different. Don't play that Fandoja or whatever the fuck that shit called.
Something invisible seems to move the curtains on the right. Now, this could simply be the wind, but then the door opens on its own, and something inside the bathroom falls or is thrown. Strangest of all, a white mist seems to move from left to right inside the bathroom, then just disappears. To see more of Lee and his family's paranormal encounters, check out his YouTube channel, Really Haunted.
I don't know, John.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Haunting of Hillsborough House. On the YouTube channel Forgotten Soul Investigators, brothers Kirk and Forrest Rogers investigate the allegedly haunted Hillsborough Old Ice House in Ohio. The building was built in the
Scared of the paranormal, man?
said to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. The Forgotten
You don't
Soul
think that shit
investigators
exists?
soon begin to feel like they are not alone. Something or someone wants to
I look
listen.
at this shit because I like to see what the fake shit is and the bull and the real shit. Trust me. There is real shit. I know it. I know it for myself.
Forrest is startled when a loud knock comes from the walls in one of the dark rooms. But they have no idea that they
I won't
captured
believe
something
bullshit.
even stranger. When they look back at their footage later, they are shocked to see what they
But if
caught
it's
on camera
undeniable, you
as they
can't
exited the old building's
know.
bathroom.
That last one, yeah, probably.
Did you see it? As Kirk Rogers pans his camera toward the left, he captures the chilling apparition of what looks like an older man wearing glasses. The guys say they have no idea who the figure might be and didn't even notice it until they reviewed the footage later. So is this a ghost caught on camera? You decide.
Look, we gonna come back on here
Decide.
and do this shit later
Popular
on.
Snapchat live stream ghost hunter Hassan Barbar is exploring a long abandoned residence.
We gonna come back on here and do this shit later on. Oh yeah, but that's why I watch them, so I could tell. I mean, out of all of them that I've watched, I've only been like a little spooked by one, and that was with the one motion thing, that the app that you could download, motion detector, whatever it's called. That one kind of got me. But I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute.